Good evening, guys. Was I audible for you? Can someone please raise your hand with an emoji? Was I audible for you or not? Can someone please respond me fastly? The class has to be start. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Now let's see today the applications of an IoT in an industrial automation. Okay. There was some several things which was a manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, and supply chain, energy, automotive, healthcare, and so on. So coming to here, so coming to the manufacturing, the IoT, how it really would be helped for that is in a significant application of an IoT is in manufacturing is in a quality control and assurance. So in the past of that quality control has been involved somehow for inspection, manual inspections and etc. things. So this would be a time consuming thing and costly and to be a prone to be a human error even. So then, however, this IoT has been evaluating this manufacturing area is to be enabling as in a real time and automated quality control even. Automated, the name itself, it says, right, what is mean by it is a process of the fastest of the processes, which is to be done without any rules and regulations. So yeah, here and the next point is one of the examples is implementation of an IoT is it's an electronics of a manufacturing plant. And the firstly, what it really mean to say me that it is in a quality control and assurance. The first thing was, and the next thing was in the previous this, it used to be involved in most of the manual inspection things. But now it has been a time consuming and costly thing, which is to be a pawn or to human error. So, and the next thing was it is an enabled as in a real time and automatically controlled quality, automatically to be a controlled quality. And the example of which is that it's an electronic manufacturing of a plants. Okay, and this company has been equipped with its production lines with a network IoT sensors to monitor the process of a real time. Okay, yeah, here what it really says to be that here what it really says to be that the whatever the network, like see the IoT is not, IoT is meant to be a network even. So these IoT meant to be network which is we called as that network usually uh, the lines of that production network which it has some kind of a network. So with that network these IoT sensors being a monitor within a process of in real time. Okay, in the real time process, like wherever you see the IoT is meant to be one of the most important thing which is a real time thing. So it has been implemented in most of the applications, it is to be a real time and with the type of a most sensors only. So IoT is nothing but the production and etc. monitoring things and preventions and gateway instruction thing. So yeah, like these here coming to that, this manufacturing of an automotive production. So in this, these IoT would be in help with the kind of a network which it has some kind of a sensors even. So with these sensors and a network of a combination, it gonna be monitored the whole process of whatever it is really happening in a real time processing. Okay, and okay. And the next thing was these production lines has been like this I have mentioned before. These production lines would be used this kind of an IoT network with of a IoT sensors, which it has processing of a monitoring the whole real time processes. So these sensors are going to be get could be collect the various data, which is including some kind of just like we have just these point has been mentioned in every applications of an IoT because wherever we go, it is all for also a controlling, which is like of a monitoring even. So yeah, in these data, it could be include some kind of a temperatures, pressures, vibrations, and visual informations even. visual information even. And then later, like yeah, it senses some kind of a data which it was including some things which is a temperature, pressure, vibration, and visual information. So that this kind of a data which is collected and analyzes, and it detects that deviations from the standard parameters, which it indicates some kind of a quality issue. Okay, so these points really says okay. These points really specifics the what is the data is that. So whatever the collected data, it analyzes it. So by analyzing of this, the next step is to detect whatever the deviations has been present in that. So with that deviations, the parameters and standard parameters, they indicate some quality of an issue. Okay. The data, whatever it collected, the analyzing is a main of a source of a process compared to that. Okay, so we have to like if we want to detect some kind of a problem, we have to analyze what was the theory, right? So in that way only we have to analyze the whole data, what we have been that we collected. So after the data of a collection, so we have to detect what was the deviation in the standard and parameters. Like in a normal way, we're gonna say that what was the body actually, what was the reading of that body. So right, so in that way we have to see what was the deviations of the standard parameters has been indicated of a quality issue. So by this whole process, by analyzing and by detecting of a deviations, what were it has in some a kind of a parameters with standard parameters. So it gonna be indicate that the quality issue. So with these results, it helps to be reduce the wastage and a high quality and consistency of the final product. So with this, like following the following steps, whatever they have been mentioned just before that, analyzing, and by that analyzing, we're going to detect what was the deviations. From that deviation, we could see what was the standard parameters there has been. So with that whole process only, we can indicate that what was the quality issue. And as a result, they're gonna reduce the wastage, right? And also they gonna like ensure that high quality and consistency of that whatever the kind of a product they use that. So coming to the manufacturing of an automotive, it is all about the quality control and assurance. Okay. In the past, they used to be more concentrated upon the manual inspection, but coming to these days, it has been it could be a more time consuming and costly and the found to be human error. So these, however, it has been IoT has been in these automotive manufacturing has been enabled that it is in real time and also automated quality control. Like yeah, automation is nothing about only it is just in the name itself. We can say that it is automation processes. So yeah, but it is mainly used in a manufacturing. Is that it is the main application of this is that to monitoring and the quality control of a checkups. So so like these children has okay. So just like an example they took here, that thing is that implementation in IoT of on electronics which it manufacturing of a plants and things. So these companies has been productionized used to sense like whatever the network they have. With that network, whatever the network they have, with that network, these IoT sensors could be monitored. Okay, whatever just like I've just mentioned you before, the IoT is all often a IoT having some kind of an IoT sensors and a monitoring and real time of a processing. Okay, with these things only the every application will be roaming on, roaming on, roaming on. Okay, so keep this thing very important. And yeah, it is often a network. The production is not in the production is whatever in the goods and services, etc. Things in these all things, whatever it has in a network. So these network have some kind of a lines which it called to be as IoT sensors. So these IoT sensors could be monitor the process of monitor this process to be in real time. So these sensors gonna collect the various data when that we get analyze that to detect the variation of the deviations from the standard parameters. So these are going to indicate some kind of a quality issue with this thing of a processing of the whole thing. So these gonna result by is going to result by it reduces the rate reduce the waste and ensure the quality high quality consistency in the final products. So yeah, so basically it would be deal with some things which is it has some kind of an IoT sensors. With that thing, they're gonna monitor the whole process to be in real time. And the next thing was it collects the various data, just like including some kind of temperatures, pressures, vibrations, and some visual information go through. And by these collecting of a data, it's going to analyze and to be detected the deviations from the standards of the parameters. So with these things, they're gonna with these things they're gonna indicate the quality issue. So as a result, they're gonna get helped with a thing which is reducing of a cost and ensuring of a high quality of consistency in the final products. Okay. It is all of manufacturing. Just manufacturing is of an automation is nothing but it is of a two processing, which is in a quality control and of some IoT with the help of an IoT sensor applications. They're gonna get some monitoring processes and some collecting of an various data. Okay. So manufacturing of an automation is nothing but there in this. It is of doing some things which is the processing of these manufacturing automation processes that it would do the quality control, just like a monitoring thing and assurance, and of this and also it like collecting often some kind of a data with a processing of a step by step, just like analyzing and detecting and by the checking of those all standard parameters. So by this it's gonna indicate the quality issue, and it helps to be reduce the waste and ensure the high quality and consistency of the final products. So coming to the next thing, which is in agriculture. Okay. The next thing was IoT, agriculture of an automation and IoT. So these IoT is evaluating the agriculture through the prescription of a farming. So the sensors could be used to monitor the various of factors such as the soil moisture levels, uh, crop growth, and livestock health, etc. Things. So yeah. So what it really means to say that these agriculture has been going through with a precision of a farming. Okay. So the work of these IoT in this particular agriculture is that these whatever sensor we have in a IoT. So like yeah, if it come into the agriculture, we have some kind of a design of a various of applications. Coming to the manufacturing, we're gonna design some kind of an application. So coming to here of agriculture, they have designed these sensor to be used as in a monitoring processes through with the factors of soil moisture levels and the crop growth and the livestock health. Okay, just like an example, if we take the John, there was a person, he like he was leading agriculture machinery maker. Where he has tractors and some equipped of an IoT within sensors, so and the GPS even. So with this, um, it is provided to the farmers to process the data upon a crop health and the weather conditions. Thereby, it's going to reduce the waste and the increasing of so yeah, what it really they mean to say that, for example, if we check the John, so he were having some he was an advanced with these IoT applications. So with these IoT applications, he got an advantages upon the crop health and the weather conditions. So like yeah, from the coming to the weather condition, they're gonna detect some alerts, and with that alerts, they're gonna have some the terms and the things we get to be done often before itself without causing often huge dangers, and then by reducing of a waste and like yeah, coming to the waste if we speak about, so if the data like if you stick off on some kind of attack to that agriculture thing, agriculture of a leaf or whatever in the crop was, so with that of that indicating data, so it records of all the data. By seeing all the data, you're going to index if any bacteria has been consumed to that crop. So he's gonna indicate and he's gonna plug off that only one plant. So with that itself, we're gonna reduce the whole crop to be get to be safe in place, right? So in that way, so we're gonna reduce the waste and increasing of yield. So with the weather conditions, also you're gonna be get to be help and the crop health. These are mandate. So it is mandatory to check the crop health, whether to be data with recorded of a healthy or not. So it's gonna help very well to that thing, especially. So yeah, the more of the agriculture of IoT automation will be concentrated upon the crop growth and the livestock health and soil moisture level. So yeah, even it is the most important soil moisture levels. So with these, they're going to indicate how much the pH levels has been balanced upon through this. And yeah, the three main things, the factors of agriculture automation of an IoT will be check off, which was the soil moisture levels, crop growth, livestock health, is that. So these three major things it's gonna these major three factors it's gonna concentrate upon. So it's gonna help for pH levels of a seeing of a soil moisture levels and crop growth, like with the recording data, how well it is being like the seeds and the healthy of a powders were applying to that. So how it really gonna take care of that. The livestock health, which is observation of that crop event, like health of newly of a plantation. So in that way, coming to the next thing, which is the logistics and the supply chain. So logistic is another field which is IoT making a significant impact. Impact means it is making huge resources of our profits. And then we take an example of a smart trucks. So they have been equipped with their vehicles with an IoT devices to track the real time to collect the traffic conditions and delivery schedules. If you see the online shopping with this thing, so you like online shopping, you want to see where was the delivery time and where was the tracking thing, the red bus, etc. thing. So if you see that you want to check the traffic conditions and the delivery schedules. If you get delayed, you're gonna get to be notification that yeah, it's going to the product got to be get to be delayed, or if it even if it's a fast of a track and you have your product has been delivered very soon, they want to intimate you like. So in that way, these logistic and supply chain want to be implemented in our real time. So yeah, by doing this, they were also able to optimize the route planning and it reduces the fuel consumption even and the delivery time. So by end of these results, they contributed that the both efficiency sustainability has been there. So yeah, coming to this logistics of and supply chain, it is all about of an smart trucks. If you take an example, with these things, they're going to be have some equipment that are vehicles of devices with a connecting of an IoT devices, which it going to be track the data and track the data with the conditions of delivery timings or traffic conditions. So they're going to intimate you as much of before itself, right? So in that way, they want to optimize that. So in that way, they want to optimize the route planning and reduce the fuel consumption even, and the main important the delivery time. So if it was a delivery time has been few of a forward, then they want to intimate that it's the fastest delivery of that. If it's gonna delay, then the delivery gonna be get delayed very soon. So they want to intimate whatever the thing, right? So it is all about the tracking of tracking of a data, which is like tracking of an data, which is like a traffic conditions and delivery schedules. And then coming to the next thing, which is an energy. Okay, these plays a really pivotal role on this creating of a smart grids. Okay, these smart grids. Like an example, it is an HNL. So yeah, so smart grid is all about it is a two-way of a communication between like connected devices and the hardware which it sends the respond your demands. So yeah, it is smart grid is an actually it is an electronic network which is uses the kind of a digital and advanced technologies to monitor and to manage. Like wherever you go, the IoT mostly takes this thing called of a monitoring and managing often so coming to here, these smart grid gonna take these two things for transporting of an electricity from all the generations of a source to meet electricity demands for their end users. Okay, So simply, these smart grid is all of an electric network, which it uses to digital and advanced technologies to monitor and manage. And mainly it is used for the resource which is called to be a transport of an electricity of an all sources to meet the vary of an electronic demands with the end users. So if you ask what was a real example of the smart grid is that smart meter. Okay. The consumer where it collects the data with using the smart grid and they analyze it, they distribute it to the consumers by the real-time example is called like a smart meter. And also the device, if you ask the radio modules, gateways and the routers, etc. In the smart grid also there has been categorized as two things, which is networks and system. So the system components configured to be categorized as an electric utility, operation center, and the household applications and energy resources that are available of smart meters and supplies, etc. The advantage of the smart grid is that it plays the lower billing cost and it increases the dependability even, and it has a better service of reliability. So yeah, basically the smart grid is all about it is a communication of a two connected devices. So which it has a hardware that sends to respond the user of a user to be demand. So it is all about the software and the hardware, which it has some applications which it implemented through the combination of a hardware. So with that thing, they wanna get to be as part of a response as like an automation. Okay, it is gridded with electricity of a network. It is gridded with an electricity of a network. So these uses the digital and advanced technologies even to monitor and the manage these to be the transport of electricity and etc. things. So the real-time example of the smart grid is that the smart meter. And if you ask what was the example of real smart grid devices, then this gonna example of radio modules and the rotors, etc. things. So yeah, it is categorized as a networks and a system even. This company has been deployed over the 30 million of smart meters to monitor and to optimize energy consumption. Yeah, the energy consumption is more important for electricity because it is being increasing only most of the sense. But coming to that IoT applications, but nowadays it has been decreased within a smart phase. So in that way, and the next thing, energy is all about it is like it is creating of a smart grid with of an electricity of a combination of a communication of a two between devices with the attaching of some hardware to be with on a software of a combo. So this is going to be interact and it's going to react the whatever the collected data this has. So it's going to be reacted to the other devices. It is all about the communication between the two devices. All about. Okay. So yeah, and the next thing was automotive. The automotive is it's like I have mentioned in a few of older things. It is a transmission automotive for manufacturing and post product services. It's like a Tesla, right? For this, it is used for an vehicle production lines to monitor and to optimize the processes. So they are also use this IoT in their electric vehicles, which it produces the remote diagnostics and it predicts you the maintenance and over the age software update of to be updates. So these IoT transforming automotive manufacturing has been used as a production post-production services, which is just like it is used for vehicle production lines. If you take an example of a Tesla, which is an automatic of a maintenance and automatic of a capacity it has, and the main thing to be drive. So yeah, so they are also use of an IoT with electric of a vehicles. I have mentioning it one more time, which it was electric of an vehicles, which it produces the remote diagnosis and predictive maintenance and that thing, which is an over the air software updates. This is about automotive. Automotive is all it is linked up with electric of vehicles, which it has a vehicle production lines. The only thing it is do that it monitors and it optimizes the processes, and it has been implemented on the Tesla, which is a vehicle. So yeah, the next thing was so these development of electric vehicles are being intricate of a process. So these manufacturers has been finding it's hard to be find the smooth process where they had these ICE engines. So these digital twins are helping them there that it is a feature of this job. Even not only the Tesla but also they're getting to be collabed with a different of an IoT application. So with that application, they're gonna be have a fourth feature of a very great. So yeah, let's see. So coming to now, it has been a smooth processing, which it has some ICC engines. So yeah, and even the other digital, for example, like it's not an example, it is an implementation, the upcoming implementation, which is digital twins will be also helping these there and them to reduce the future of manufacturing of users of an IoT. Let's see. So next thing which is coming to the automation of an healthcare. So in this IoT of a healthcare brings the so yeah, these IoT would be brings that the remote patient monitoring and the smart sensors and the variable yeah. So these healthcare would be brings that a remote patient monitoring. So remote patient monitoring is the most important thing in the healthcare department because the remote monitoring is like the patients they admit that when the patients where they're gonna get to be ill and they will not be able to maintain themselves. So the persons even so yeah. So yeah, these IoTs in a healthcare brings about the remote patient monitoring. So I have just now I have mentioned right. So remote patient monitoring is the most important thing because in the hospitalities, so they're going to be 90% of patients going to be not have a lead to themselves to be maintained themselves. So they need this kind of a remote monitoring of patient monitoring, which it can be automatically take care of that particular patient and to make the work going to be little bit easy. Oh yeah, sorry. So these brings that the remote patient monitoring and smart sensors, which it operates so many of our testings in the hospitals and the variable devices. So and this has been enables that the personal care and early detection of a potential of health issues. So these are examples just like British digital health in useful sensors. So when this solved with a medication, these sensors going to send the data to the healthcare providers that to be about the patient medication adherence. These allows the real-time real-time adjustment of treatment plans and to be a better patient outcomes even through. So for the main things we're gonna use this IoT was the major three things, which is a patient remote patient monitoring, smart sensors, and the wearable devices. So this is used for that enabling often a personalized care and early detection of a potential health issues. Yeah, if we any medication has been emergency as we required it, so these kind of sensors gonna send the data to the healthcare providers. So with that, passing of an information, these gonna have some about our patient's medication adherence, and this allows the real-time adjustment of treatment plans and to be better out patient outcomes. Yeah, so three main things, which is this brings out with three major factors, which is remote patient monitoring and the smart sensors, remote patient monitoring and the smart sensors, and the last one is wearable devices. So it is used to enable the personal care and early detection of a potential health of an issues. So when they have really required these kind of medications, so these sensors gonna be send the data with our healthcare providers. So they're gonna have the medication whatever they require in an emergency way, or else any of the real-time data collection. With that data collection, also they can check ups the whole body checkups, so etc. things. It's like it. This is all about a real-time adjustment of the treatments. Okay, and furthermore the better patient outcomes, the two things, it is all about the real time adjustment of our treatment plans and the better patient outcomes. So in the IoT most of the thing going to be deals with a real time only. Keep this thing very very to be noted. And the next thing, let me revise one more time. So yeah, the logs. So the applications of an IoT for industrial automation was involved in a more of efficient and effective industrial automation process, which was an examples were that manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, and supply chain, energy, automotive, healthcare. Okay, in this, coming to that the manufacturing is all about a quality control and assurance of the following product. So yeah, it is all about also collection of an data and analyzing it and processing it and seeing the what of the flaws and of damages over there. So yeah, and the first thing it is all about the manufacturing automation is that it checks in a quality control and assurance, and also the thing with the way they have an team, but it's an important. It collects the data and it analyzes the data and it does the much more things. So in this thing, in the past quality control, they have been involved over the manual inspection, and this could be a time consuming, costly, and prone to be a human error. And this, however, it is all about enabling of a real time, and it is an automated quality control. And just like an example, we are using in implementations of IoT electronics manufacturing plants, right? So in that way only. So the company of a production line uses this just because of a network which it has in its IoT sensors. So with these IoT sensors of a networking between the two devices, they're gonna monitor the processes of a real-time event. Okay, and the next thing was these senses the whole various data, just like a temperature, pressure, vibrations, and visual information, etc. things. So yeah, these gonna do these things also, and also they collect the data in the, and also by collecting of that data, it analyzes and it detects the various from the parameters. This may indicate a quality, and by that result, these gonna helps and reduces the waste and ensure the quality, like high quality and consistency of our final products. So the next thing was agriculture. In the agriculture, they're gonna use this for the factors which was soil moisture levels, crop growth, livestock health. So yeah, soil moisture levels. It checks whatever the pH was really with the recorded data. They're gonna check the pH levels, and the crop growth. They're gonna have strict kind of a growth cam. So with that, they will record the whole the growth of this crop and the livestock health of every leaf of a crop. So like that. Coming to the next thing, it is in logistics and supply chain. So coming to these logistics of another field, they're going to have these making of a significant impact, which is a which is was an example like smart trucks. So we're gonna deal with vehicles often a device which it tracks the real-time data like a traffic conditions and delivery schedules. So by these, they're going to optimize the route planning and the reduces of fuel consumption even, and the main thing, the delivery time. So it's so at the end of that, the result could be a concept contributed with both efficiency and sustainability. So the next thing was an energy. So it plays a vital role in a smart grids. So it plays a vital role upon smart grids. It's like an example. If you take these Italy of an NL, so it has been developed over 30 millions of. It has been developed. It has been developed the 30 millions of smart meters in their locality of within a monitor monitoring and with a monitoring and the optimizing of an energy consumption. So yeah, if smart grid is a greatest example. So coming to these things, which is smart grid is a greatest example of smart meters in our daily use of the products. So yeah, and the next thing is an automotive. These automotive is a production post production. Or these automotive is in a post production of the processes, post production of the processes, post production of the processes, and these is like an example of Tesla. It is in a vehicle production lines which it monitors and optimizes the processes. So this is also used the IoT to be electric vehicles to produce the remote diagnostics and predictive maintenance and over the age software updates. Electric vehicles I have mentioned you before, right? So in that way. Next thing was healthcare. So these healthcare brings out the remote patient monitoring, smart breeds, and variable devices. And this also enables a personalized care and early detection of a potential health issues. Just like I have mentioned that, so it is health of a ingestible sensors. So if they need any medication with that sensors, they want to indicate the data, whole data to the healthcare providers within a patient. That medication others, they're gonna deal with the next process, which it was collected through a real-time adjustment of the treatment plans and better plans and a better plans outcomes. Coming to the advantages of this IoT industrial automation was that guys was some audible for you, can someone please respond? I was going now. Guys was some audible for you, can someone please respond within a raising of a hand? Was I'm audible for you? Can someone please respond with your hand by raising of an emoji hand thing? Huh? Yeah. Wait, what happened? Say it. Guys, please, someone can respond immediately. I have to continue the class, right? So, it is a mandatory to know your response, whether I was audible or not. Please react. Okay, thank you. So coming to the next thing was an advantages of an IoT in an industrial automation. So there were four things, which is an enhanced of efficiency and productivity, and sorry, the second thing was improved quality control. Third thing was increased safety. The fourth thing was a better decision making. Okay, coming to the first thing of it, which was an enhanced efficiency productivity. So these helps to optimize the various industrial processes by enabling of a real-time monitoring and the data analysis. So it is leads to increasement of productivity and efficiency. Productivity and efficiency. So yeah, all it says about that. It is and real-time monitoring and the data analysis. Okay, we have seen previous somehow one examples, right? Just like that only, it is also a type of monitoring processes and the data analysis of and real time. Okay, so by these gonna lead to the increasing of productivity and efficiency. So okay, fine, have you got it? So these enhanced efficiency and productivity was an was helps to optimize the various industrial processes, which is having some enabling of a real-time monitoring and the data analysis, which it leads to the increasing of productivity and efficiency. So coming to the next thing, which it was an improvement of a quality control. So the checking of a quality control is a more important because because the schedule whatever we have planned and we have executed, so we have to check whether it's going on with our restrictions and the regulations or not, right? So like that way only it is also quality control here. So basically this IoT they do that. The thing was they allows to be detailed of a tracking and analysis production processes. So if you see in online shopping, so in some online shopping they're gonna say the estimations of an addresses and tracking and etc things, right? So in that way also is one of an example. And this ensures a high quality output. It reduces the rate of a defects and the wastages even. So they come to know that they're gonna get to be excited if you see. So in that way. So yeah, it allows to be a detailed tracking and analysis of the production processes. So quality control, so they're gonna come to know that what was the details within the tracking means they come to know that where was the actually the product has been reached and how when it's gonna be reached and the product reviews and everything, right? So in that case, only they have mentioned here is that this ensures that highly quality of an output, which it reduces the rate of defects and the wastage even. Okay, and the next thing was increase to safety. So in this increase to safety, it deals with a thing of a monitoring of an environmental conditions. By detecting of such kind of a hazards, this enhances that the workplace could be safety and protecting to both employees and us. Okay, wait a minute, guys. So yeah, safe increase to safety monitoring is that by this monitoring of uh, environmental conditions, so they're going to detect the hazards and whatever they're facing, and these everything would be enhances the workplace safety, and by these they're going to protect the both employees and assets. both they're gonna protect the employees and hazards and be better and to be better. And the next thing was of a better decision making. So with this, the decision making, they're going to offer some data-driven insights, which is that have got to be helpful of a strategic decision making. By doing all these, these allows the business to be more able and responsible to changes the market. The decision making would be changed if any default has been occurred in this market, like the losses of a state. So with these decision making, they will enhance the profits of a new ideas. By these implementing of a new ideas, the may that is the business going to be take a new route of a success. So in that way, the decision making is more important. And firstly, the advantages of these industrial automation was a major four things, which was enhanced efficiency and productivity, improved quality services, increased safety, and a better decision making, So these enhanced efficiency productivity says all about it is the process of enabling of it is in a process which it enables the real-time monitoring and the data analysis, which it leads to be a better productivity and which it leads to a better productivity and efficiency. So with these, they're going to improve the quality control and it allows the detail of a tracking and analyzes the production processes, which to be enhanced that a high quality of an output and it reduces the rate of a defeat and the wastage even. So by these of a monitoring environmental conditions, they will detect hazards and IOT of an enhanced workplace of a safety, which to be protected with the both employees and assets. Okay. So these increase of a safety would be like by the monitoring of an environmental conditions of through the surroundings. So these going to be detect the hazards, whatever they have, they're going to be get to be. And with these things, the workplace, whatever they have, they feel to be work. So these with these IoT application, they're going to feel so safety, just like with the protecting of both employees and assets. Okay, and the last thing was a better decision making. So in this decision making, these going to be some leading point of strategic decision making. So by doing this, all allows the business to be a more of a responsive to be changes to be in the marketing to be done. So the better decision making is and a strategic thing of decision making itself. So this is going to be envelop the business strategies to be other level. So and the next thing was, so yeah, this is all of an advantages which is automation, industrial automation deals with. First thing was enhance of production and quality, enhancing of a efficient and productivity. And next thing was improvement of a quality control and improving of increasing of a safety and a better and safety and a better decision even. So these four things plays a key roles coming to the advantaging of on an or industrial automation. It is all about the monitoring and detailing of a quality control and safety increases. And the one thing which is the most important in any success or profits, which was a better decision making. So the challenges where what we're going to face in a automation of an industry in an IoT was there was some challenges they're going to face. There was a four challenges mostly they're going to face in a IoT automation industrial, which was a data security and privacy and interoperability, data overload, and the last thing was a cost and complexity of an implementation. Wait a minute, guys.
మాట్లాడు